welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and I'm here with the A team to discuss all that happened throughout the weekend in Nigeria MPFL 2. Rangers International played their game on Sunday. We are going to be talking about that also on the show. But let's start with the EPL. But remember, guys, before we move on to the EPL, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live at on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. When you go there, drop your comments. I will be reading your comments live here in the studio. Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning and welcome to the show, sports fans.
Good morning, also.
Well, good morning. Interesting weekend, and hope you all have a wonderful weekend and have a great week ahead.
Oh, okay. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live now on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. So let's start with the EPL because games happen in the EPL. Remember, after this weekend that just passed, is international break. So we are going to have about 2 weeks break before we move over to club football. So, but yesterday's in the EPL in the Premier League, I'll give you the results for the Premier League on Saturday. Is Wolves 2, Southampton 0. Everton. West Ham and Everton played like a 0-0 draw. Brentford 3, Bournemouth 2. Bournemouth lost that game. They have been winning Manchester City, winning the Astars, but they lost away to Brentford. Then Crystal Palace 0, Fulham 2. Good result for Fulham. Brighton 2, Manchester City 1. Omo, that one enter. Liverpool 2, Aston Villa 0. On Sunday is Manchester United 3, Leicester City 0. Suddenly, Manchester United knows how to score goals and win games. And the other games on Sunday is Nottingham Forest 1, Newcastle 3, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Ipswich 2. Good result for Ipswich Town. So let's see where they are going to be finishing on the table. Then the final game on Sunday is Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. Okay, let's talk about the Saturday games before we move over to the Super Sunday. Okay, let's talk about the big one. It's Brighton 2, Manchester City 1. It was a surprising result. Haaland scored in the first half, but suddenly in the second half, Brighton came out, started fighting, winning all the balls, winning all the all the duels, and suddenly they scored 2 goals and won that game.
Actually, let's hear from you, Joe. What happened?
I don't understand.
Let's hear from you. What happened in that game?
More game happened.
Game happened.
Simple and short.
When I said it here on Saturday. I not really the prediction part. We talked about the tactic part. I said here that the Brighton side has pace. They have energy, as in they are like workhorses, smart workhorses. You can see everybody on every toe. I thought the coach was like sleeping when he did his sub and he brought in Matt O'Reilly, and these are players that just came into the Premier League. You can't be bringing them into a game like this. That was what people actually believe. You can't bring them into a game like this. And they went on to score the goal. The guy that got the winning goal, Matt O'Reilly. You get Pedro. Yeah, Pedro came in, was on top of his game. Mitoma was just giving this person headache all through the game. You get they were just playing in that midfield. I feel like Man City had the first 30 minutes of the game. Then after that, it just felt like everything just went off.
John, what happened in that game? Haaland scored for the first time. For a very long time, for a while now, he have not scored goal, but he scored goal the first half. Everybody was
thinking, okay. and he scored the goal without KDB and Rodri in this side. He scored a goal, and it was a very good goal. But I keep coming back to the fact that you have Akonji and you have Ake, and Baba chose to start Kyle Walker and Jamai Simpson in the center pair.
Nobody likes calling his surname.
I was shocked when the English media called it. I was what's happening here?
Yeah, don't worry about the surname. Just
it's
continue.
Fine. For me, it was a travesty having both of them start side by side in the defense, and I will always come back to it. Now, Brighton pacey, are they fast? Do they have what it takes to unsettle defenders? Of course they are, but it's not a team I'm scared of any day, anytime. It's just not a team I'm scared of any day, anytime.
At this time, you should be scared of them any day, anytime.
I disagree.
I think that Pepper reached his peak. Because nobody knows the peak of Pep Guardiola.
The thing is, you can't reach a peak. You only have people fighting to make sure you don't continue to win games. And everybody continues to fight it. I think the Brighton side has a young coach. Not Pep really. Pep is a great coach. He's a wonderful coach. He should be up there with one of the greatest coaches of all time. But the young man in the opposition side did his homework. You get Pep did a couple of mistakes here and there. People have always, we've always been, in this same show they talk say at least Kyle Walker is not giving his result again. Put him on the bench and bring in Enrico Lewis. Now,
Enrico
Enrico
Lewis started,
started
but
that
why
game.
did you not play
Simpson
Kyle Walker
started the
as
game.
a centre back? It's
Simpson
crazy.
started the game. These players are just recovering from injury. And before the game, you could remember Pep's press conference before the game. He said it's now 70 games. It's now the NBA. But in the NBA, they have 4 months of rest. But in the Premier League, you only have 2 weeks or 3 weeks of rest. In the league, in football, you only have 3 weeks of rest. And your 3 weeks of rest is covered with international duty.
It's not even up to 3 weeks again because you are playing international games.
You have. I mean, he's talking about club football now. Club football is 70 games a season. Then you have 3 weeks of rest. In your 3 weeks of rest, your players are going to play international football. So there's no rest at all for the players. So he complained about it, and he was looking for a way to shuffle the team so everybody plays. So I would sit here and say Pep did a mistake by playing Simpsons and all of that. He didn't, because that was the same way we saw him introduce Foden into the side, and now Foden is a household name in the Premier League. So it was the same style he used in introducing Foden. It's the same style he's using to introduce Rico Lewis. It's the same style he's using to introduce O'Reilly. It's the same style he's using to introduce Simpsons now. Gradually, he will start introducing these players until they start getting a bet in the starting shirt. And for now, I just feel like Akoji and Ake are just recovering from injuries. He doesn't want to rush them. He wants to manage the injuries, and so that he can have a longer season. They can have a longer season of playing football. There are coaches that will just get a player off from injury after 1 week. They are beginning to start games, and the next week they are playing 90 minutes. No, Pep is not that kind of manager. You come back from injury, you take your time. You start playing. After taking your time from injury, you recover fully. Then you start playing 15 minutes before you start playing the full 90 minutes. I think that was what happened to what's called Rodri, trying to rush Rodri back to full fitness. That was what happened again, and now he's off for the season. So I believe it's just a way of balancing the team so everybody plays, the youth setup plays, and make sure your players don't go on injury when you need them.
Well, okay, let's see what Pep is going to be doing, because this is the first time in his managerial career that he has lost 4 in a row. He has lost 4 in a row. If he was there, I don't think he should be worried, even though he's now 5 points behind Liverpool. But we know Pep, he has played when he has won the Premier League. So at some point, Arsenal 2 years ago, Arsenal was 5 or 6 points ahead of them.
Now Arsenal be that.
Wait now, at this point of the season, actually, when it comes to January, February, they start winning games. At some point, Liverpool was ahead of them with about 7 points. They won that league. So I don't think he should be worried. He just needs to pick up his pace somehow, and some of them will drop points.
This Liverpool, they see now, no people drop.
That's how we are used.
That's how they usually say
don't talk about Arsenal. We knew that sometime in the future they will drop points.
When Klopp was winning games, nobody knew at some point that we're going to drop points.
See, okay, fine. Let's agree. Let's agree, because Klopp only was a surprise. They dropped a couple of games, so they were not supposed to lose those games. They lost.
He got like 7 points that season and still lost the league.
Now look at that one was Pep, and the next season he came back to win the league because he did his own
just
work.
once.
Yeah, no, the
Just
next
once.
season, the season he did the 97 points was the previous season. Then the next season, and that was the season he won the Champions League. Yes, that was the season he won the Champions League. The next season he went on to win the league. The next season, John will say, the season was interrupted, abrupt.
It was an interrupted season
know
for
me,
crying
he
out
really
loud.
like,
I
he
will
know
still
really.
say it.
They
I will
finished-
still
they-
say
they
it, no
played that-
doubt.
Okay, before we
They
move on
played
to
38 games.
well, before
They
let's
didn't
see.
finish the 38 games, man.
They played,
Come on,
man.
they
It was
didn't.
behind closed
Go
doors.
check it out. They didn't.
The Premier League when Liverpool won.
Yes, now.
They actually later finished it though.
They finished.
But
It was behind closed doors.
let's see what Liverpool. Let's see what City and Pep is going to be doing. Me, I'm even afraid of him. Now he's 5 points behind. Liverpool should actually be look over their back, because Pep is coming.
No,
It doesn't rest.
Something I told you yesterday.
I think sometimes
Something I told you yesterday that if you are chasing me with a cutlass, I could run
He needs
and
a
wait
motivation.
and look for a weapon. But if you're chasing with AK-47 on sniper, bro, I just keep running.
I think sometimes Pep needs a motivation. He wants you to be hyped so that he has something to motivate his players to do. But let's see what he's going to do. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube and we have some comments here about that City game. Paul Rogers is saying, "Good morning, Liverpool, top of the Premier League." Yes. Obed Daniel is saying, "EPL no be your mate," and John, how market? Emmanuel Leo is a good morning, guys. Manchester City is just pranking us. They just want to make this Premier League title fun to watch. Tottenham is a federal capital territory of inconsistency.
Don't be lying. Don't be lying.
They won City and lost again. So I don't know. Not like Ipswich Town. Okay, we're going to go to that. Then Paul Rogers is saying City winning nothing. Okay, let's see what happens with them throughout this season. But City Pep, as Leo see that Emmanuel says sometimes they are going to be pranky you, but you don't know their next move. Suddenly they will start winning games. Okay, let's move over to another big game that happened on Saturday. Is Liverpool. Liverpool slot won that game against Aston Villa 2-0. Now they are top of the table comfortably with 5 points now, winning that game. That game was good game. Salah got an assist and scored a goal. But I think that I won't say that Liverpool is a dominant side, but they are a complete side. I don't know how to explain it. For example, when they scored that first goal, they were reserved. They don't even want to play all attack like Klopp. Klopp will score one and you keep pushing. I'm wondering, oh boy, you are 2 goals up or 3 goals up. Why are you pushing everybody? And you end up conceding
It's the tenacity.
Pep too, they do am.
No, Pep after you this period like
Pep
that's 2 years, you score 2-3. But Klopp only was, even when we are playing 5-0, he will keep pushing his players. But if you look at Slot, score 1 or 2 goals, he will tell you, relax guys, pass the ball around, let them run out of energy, then probably try and get the third goal. But the same thing they did to Aston Villa, but they won that game comfortably 2-0.
Well, you saw the game, you saw how they played. I feel like, when you, like we say, some coaches, they don't have a clear-cut tactic. They know their tactics. They always implement their tactics, but they amend it a bit to the power of the opposition. You get, we won't play your game, we'll make you play our game. You get, and Aston Villa came out of that game firing in all cylinders. Everybody, when they got the goal against Aston Villa, everybody was across the halfway line. And I keep saying this, if you're going to be playing build from the back and you're playing a massive attack, at least they let there be 3 players standing by to cut out a counter attack. At least 3 players, at least, even if you, okay, let's say at most 3 players, at least 2. But when they got on that goal, there was just 1 player, and the next person running after Nunes, after Salah got the ball, the next person running after Nunes, I believe this, I said Nunes is one of these players that knows how to get himself a yard of space. He knows how to get himself in positions. He's a proper 9, but the thing is, he lacks that finishing touch. He's a proper 9. He gets in positions. You're a defender, you're closing on him, and the next thing he's out of there, he's ghosting out of you, and you're beginning to look for the man you're marking. And he did that in a couple of chances he got and missed. But in that first goal, he got close to the ball, and the defender was close to him. Before he ghosted out of the defender's place, and it was a clear pass, though it was a foul on Salah, but they had to allow what's it called, play on. They had to allow fair play because it was still an attacking move. And Nunes got on that, and that was just it for them. And after that, it was just an amazing game all through. Him getting a yard of space and missing those chances. I feel like this is the player that if he was playing for a Man United, they would have started singing him out. If he was playing for a team like Chelsea, oh boy, they would have crucified him.
True that.
Because if you're playing for teams like this and you keep missing these chances, it could have been 6-0, it could have been 6-1. If you keep missing these chances, they will call for your head. If you play for teams, if you play for Real Madrid, Barcelona, they will call for your head immediately. I'm not even talking about English Premier League. If you're playing for even the likes of the relegation battling Brighton, their fan base will call for you. But Liverpool fans are just patient. I feel like because they won the game, they won't shoot any shots, they won't call anybody's name, they won't crucify anybody. But that game was a good game so far. But I only have to fault one person, Rodgers. What was wrong with Rodgers? That game could have been 2-1, 3-1 in favor of Liverpool. It could have been 2-2. But Rodgers went on to miss a couple of chances, and you ask yourself, what is this guy thinking?
Okay, John, if you look at Emery has actually been doing well this season, but that game, somehow they didn't get the result. As he said, Rodgers missed a couple of chances, like they missed a whole couple of chances from the corner keys, even from the first half. But what do you make of Emery in that game? Do you think that he actually got the tactics? Because probably sometimes you play well, but result doesn't go your way.
Yeah. I felt that in the game against Liverpool, everything was in place to make it a good game, but a couple of players didn't take their chances. And then there was not enough intensity from Aston Villa. There is a certain way you play where you attack Liverpool. We saw it with Nottingham Forest. You attack them with pressure, you attack them with intensity. And then when they are trying to recover the ball, to move the ball forward, you dispossess them and pressure them back on D. And you see them make mistakes. You see players slipping up, players who have left position. You find spaces to send the passes to, and fleet-footed players to enter into those spaces and make those chances count. But we didn't see that, and we didn't see enough of the intensity that Aston Villa usually have. Aston Villa, to me, are showing the signs of a team that have either peaked physically and are suffering a decline, or motivationally,
where did they peak?
I'm saying that, we saw them peak in the first leg of this marathon. and in this starting second leg of the marathon, a couple of teams in the Premier League are showing that they cannot match the full force they started the season with. They are starting to drop off. If you watch performances, it's dropping off. If you watch the mentality, it's dropping off. If you look at a couple of other decisions that Emery made in that game, you see that players that should have come in big for him did not come in big for him.
Okay, that game ended 2-1. Because of that result, Liverpool stay first on the table. They have now 28 points, making them 5 points clear of City. But you know, City is City. You don't rest, don't rest. I'm warning Liverpool fans, don't rest. It's now you need to add more energy to your game to make sure that you win that game, because once Manchester started their winning streak, January, February, they start winning. And you know, after the international break, De Bruyne is going to be fully fit. So they would probably start winning games. So
Yeah, as if he doesn't go on to play for Belgium.
No, he's not going. He's not going
He shouldn't be going.
He
Players like him and Odegaard should not be
going. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so let's talk about some few games on Saturday. The game, just few games, and let's talk about the Fulham game, because Fulham is another team that is actually doing well in this Premier League. They won that game away.
Yes.
Crystal Palace 2-0.
As predicted, and I'm super happy with them because they are playing a Crystal Palace side, and you know, these are teams you should be nicking off points. We are going to get there because there's something Nonso said that was canonical for Chelsea fans, and we saw it play out on Sunday. These are games that you should be picking points off your opponents in that battle. If it's going to be the battle for top 10, you need to take points off Crystal Palace. If it's going to be a battle for top 7, you need to take points off Aston Villa. You need to take points off Manchester United. And for them to pull it off and take it the way they did, super happy for them. Look at the guys who got on the score sheet. You talk about Smith Rowe, and he had another goal disallowed as well too. So that could have been a brace for him. And you know, I love to see Marco Silva play the way they play, and they got the result in that game as predicted.
Okay, let's move on to the next game. It's West Ham versus Everton. That game ended 0-0.
Anthony, the next game is Brentford versus Bournemouth. Don't ask me about West Ham. See, I went online yesterday and I was seeing the odds, you know, of the next manager to take after West Ham. And I'm like, this man never even stay up to 3 months. He never did.
And you guys already want.
And the fan base are already looking for replacement, and they're putting up Ruben Israel in the conversation. I'm like, don't go there, don't bring out my legend to this conversation. I've seen many managers on that list, and I'm asking myself, what is wrong with the team?
Why is there even a list in the first place?
There's a list of 15 managers that could replace.
This man is barely 11 or 12 games into the season. Why is there a list?
Just Ten Hag.
Ask Yurik. No, it's not even Ten Hag. Ten Hag has stayed like 3 seasons.
Ten Hag had 3 seasons now.
Ask Yurik of Roma.
It's not
he
the
was
same
sacked.
thing.
He was sacked in the weekend
thing.
after just 6 games.
It's not the same thing.
It's the same thing.
You have to, when you come to AS Roma, you have to give down, because AS Roma sacked Mourinho prematurely. They sacked De Rossi prematurely. And of course, if they can sack these 2 men with their stature in the game, you can bet it that they will sack Jurek without giving him enough time on the job. But the difference with this one is that Lopetegui was sought after.
Look, Jurek was sought after as well.
Lopetegui was sought after, and he's rebuilding, he's doing a project. So they are not going to get him out just 11 games into the season, even though you want them to.
I'm not saying they should get him out. I'm just saying let him play the team that knows how to win match.
Okay, that game ended 0-0.
Let him play a team that knows how to win.
See if they going to retain their coach or going to sack them, because apart from winning Manchester United, West Ham, I don't think they actually get.
That's their trophy.
Yes, I don't think they have gotten games.
I don't think they have gotten results go their way. Okay, another big game that happened on Saturday. Not big game though, but the relegation battle is Wolves got their first win of the season. They won Southampton 2-0. So let's see where they are going to be finishing. And another game that happened is Brentford 3, Bournemouth 2. Good game all around on Saturday.
Frank Thomas,
on Sunday, let's start with let's call them the Dark Boys, the Dark Horse. Nottingham Forest, they scored the first goal, and everybody was thinking, okay, these guys have arrived. Nottingham Forest are arrived. Probably they are going to be finishing top 4. But suddenly in the second half, Newcastle came out fighting, and they scored 3, and Nottingham Forest lost that game 3-1.
That's the second game they're losing this season.
Yeah, second game, yes.
So they still have a good record. But the thing is, I always say this: there are coaches that when they come into a team, they know how to gather the team around, make them play a good football. He only brought in a player on loan and in Ward Prowse, and the captain of the side have been there. The captain who says, yeah, he's been there. He said his best Premier League legend.
Baba,
He's
you
ranking.
can say this thing a
See, I'm
50,000
just
times.
going to the energy I'm going to say this because of the energy he brings to the side. You get, though he lost yesterday's game, but you could see that the energy was still there. They played with that energy till the end of the game. They were still playing with the energy. They were still trying to get a result out of the game. They were still trying to attack Newcastle, and two of those goals came from a counter attack because they were trying to press to attack them to get the results they wanted in that game. Being third on that table, I felt like that was the game they should have done better to win. But Newcastle is just another.
For me, that was a game you get the early goal and you lock up shop.
You don't
Simple.
lock up shop.
That's the game you
don't
get
lock up
the
shop
early
against
goal
Newcastle.
and you lock up shop. Simple. Because if you saw that first half, Newcastle were bereft of ideas going forward. They had chances, yes, but they couldn't bury any of them. And then in the second half, while you are trying to build on the win, you open up the spaces and you make the errors that get you conceding 3.
Okay, that game, Nottingham Forest lost that game. Let's see where they are going to be finishing, because everybody's expecting them at least to qualify somewhere around Europe. So let's see where they are going to be finishing. Okay, the big one, the shock one that happened, is a shock for me because it's Spurs losing at home. Spurs lost at home to Ipswich Town.
Yes.
Spurs lost at home after beating Manchester City in the Carabao Cup, though. But the next game they are losing now. What is wrong?
City.
I think something is wrong with Spurs. There's something.
I think somebody called them kings of inconsistency.
Yes, on our comment section. Yes.
Now look at it. We were saying this. Ipswich Town have always known how to score goals.
Yes, that's not their problem.
That's not their problem. Just play your football. They will shall score. Anyhow they want to lose, they will shall score 1 goal or 2 goals. But the problem has been defending those goals. But coming against Tottenham Hotspur to score 2 early goals. 2, not if they had scored 1, you say okay, Tottenham Hotspur might have equalized and win the game. They scored 2, and that was the end. They went on to defend with their lives. You know, when they say your life is at stake, defend it with your. They went on to defend the goal with their lives on the line. You could see that they were taking shots to the body. Like I felt like defenders had to take the blocks. They didn't allow the Tottenham Hotspur attack to run through them. They didn't allow any of the shots to pass through them. The goalkeeper was also on top of his game, making credible saves. And you ask yourself, if they've shown up like this since the beginning of the season, they could have at least been far off the relegation battle.
You not blame them. These things happen in football, but what is wrong with sometimes I look at this Spurs, the Tottenham team. Sometimes I wonder what is wrong with them. Their inconsistent is too much. Year in year out, the same story. Different coaches have come. Conte has been there and he's complaining about the same thing. Jose Mourinho has been there. He's complaining about the same thing. There is something wrong with this Spurs team. I don't know what it is, but what do you think is wrong with this?
The only trophy they can win is qualify for Champions League and leave Champions League in round of 16. When they even went to the Champions League final, I felt like
it was just luck.
It wasn't just luck. I felt like they've done the most.
It was Pochettino doing the most.
That was after that match. Before that match was when I said they were going to lose, because the press conference he granted before the match was when I said they were going to lose these finals. And if they lose these finals, this man does not have any other thing in his head to offer. Because you going on to say, this is the best we can do. We've gotten to our peak. After this tournament, I don't have any other thing to offer. We've gotten the result that we needed. You've not gotten the result. It was not the Champions League final. It was winning the cup, actually.
It wasn't winning the cup because the result
they needed at that time was winning the Champions League.
That's the result they wanted. And he's making that statement because he has more perspective than you do. Do you know what it took him to get to that level that season? The backing he got. Do you know if he was going to get back in the following season?
See, you have already gotten that backing to get those players in, and they have a youth setup. Just build on the youth setup to replace a couple of players.
Sometimes this has happened.
Do you know how many years Pep worked with Man City to get the title?
No, let me leave that one. Let me tell you something.
No, leave that one.
Leave that one. You know how much weight.
For example, sometimes there are some teams somehow, whether they bought or they didn't buy, they will reach a competition final. Dortmund have done it, even though they are a big weight in the early 90s. They did it twice in this period. Spurs reaching the Champions League final was surprise to everybody.
Yes.
It doesn't happen like you don't expect them to do it and do it again.
Yes.
In the next 5 years, do it again.
It happens.
It's an aberration. It's an aberration. And for him to say that, you know what it took him to get to the point where they are in the finals. Don't be my mind.
Okay, let's join Bowie, our senior analyst. Good morning, Bowie. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are about to dive into the Manchester United game. So let's hear your thoughts about that game.
Manchester United. I've always said it. The moment they started winning games, when the Ten Hag was sacked, it shows you how terrible and cruel football players can be.
Mm.
Football players can be very, 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 very wicked people. When they decide not to like you anymore, they don't like your training patterns. Maybe you don't have favorites in the team. Anybody can go on the bench. Once they connive to send you out, you will be out.
Yes.
And that is what is showing clearly now in Manchester United. And I just also feel for assistant coaches and or rules and Ten Hag brought you in. It looks like you are betraying him. It's a very funny thing. Suddenly Manchester United is scoring almost 10 goals in 3 games.
I don't think
Mm.
it's a betrayal. It's not his fault.
No, I'm not saying that. I can imagine how he'll be feeling now that someone that brought me to the job, I've suddenly done almost better than him in 11 games this season. You know, so United winning and winning and winning. So, Van Nistelrooy, as in a time as interim coach, is getting almost 90% win rate, and that is one of the best this training coach can get. And now he's hoping that the new coach comes, we pick him to work with him.
It's coming
He's
today.
ready to work. He will willing to work with the new guy. Let's see how that will pan out. But kudos to Manchester United. That's why you see some coaches who are not afraid to make some changes. Putting players on the bench and starting Ahmad Traore in almost all the games that Van Nistelrooy has been coach. And you can see that young boy can play football, scoring goals.
Yes.
So and you see Ugarte starting with Casemiro experience. And don't forget, Ugarte played under this new coach that is coming.
Yes.
It's possible that he'll be getting a starting belt. Casemiro is still not a terrible player if you know how to use him. This guy is a champion, he's a winner. So Manchester United, I think they just need to work mainly on their defense, have a solid defensive setup. Let's see if the coach will like Mazzari and all. To me, I like Delete. I don't know what people say about it. If he sees a good coach who can put hands around him, that boy can play good football. He's
Yes.
still very young. So who will partner Delete? Who will play left back? Manchester doesn't have a left back. They play right back, Dalo and the rest. So the coach will come in and see. They have players up front quite a lot. We will see who will move out in January, who will move out by the end of the season, because Rashford may go or he may stay. Garnacho, Ahmad, two strikers. Now Zexi is there. You have Holland. There's a lot of players in Manchester United. They did not just come together to play compact football for the former coach. And let's see what this new guy can present.
What do you think about this new guy? Because Amorim is going to be, he plays with 3-4-3. That's his formation. That's what he has been building for years. And Manchester United, they don't play that kind of formation. Do you think that the same thing that happened with Ten Hag will happen with him? Because he came into Manchester United. I don't know who convinced him to stick with the Manchester United style and play through the wings. While when he was in the highest, he built with his midfield. But if this guy is coming, do you think that he's going to be changing the formation to 3-4-3, or he's going to sticking with this Manchester United way? And I don't even understand that way. But what do you think?
United is a big team. United has a capacity to swallow coaches most of the times, right? But for you to get a coach 11 games into a season, it means that the contract will be clearly stated. He tells the club side what he wants to do. And don't forget, the same way they give Ten Hag one and 2 seasons to build, to play the style he wants and all those things, they're going to give this guy time. So he might come in and change it. I think you play 3-4, it's not a bad thing. Solid, mobile central defender. You can play 3 central defenders. Lisandro Martinez, left side. Delete in the middle. You can play Dalo in the right back. Then in your wings, you cannot take Mazzaro, who likes to run forward in front. Play Casemiro and Ugarte at the middle. Get one more wing back and play your forward. He can play. He has the players to do it. So let's see what he would go. Obviously, don't forget. Once it is January or end of season, don't forget there will be quite a number of changes in United.
Yes.
That man might want to bring his striker, his personal boy, Gyökeres from Sporting, and bring him along. So which means either Zexi or one of these strikers will have to move out. So a lot of changes will happen in United between January. But he will come in now, see the situation on ground, and before the international break ends, those who don't travel, he will try the 4-3 formation, and we will see, how far they can go for Manchester United and the new coach.
Okay, let's move back to the Arsenal game. Arsenal played out a 1-1 draw. It was an even game, but that game ended 1-1. Martinelli scoring the first goal, and what a lovely strike from Neto.
Yeah.
So, what do you make of that game in general? Arsenal missed a couple of chances when Merino came in and missed chances, and I think that last minute chance that Arteta fell to the ground when they missed that chance. I think it's Trossard that missed that chance at the end of the game.
Yeah, Trust has missed that. I think he was hungry to score, but if he had left that ball, I think Hazard would have
Havas was
put
there.
to bed. Yes, but the serious thing, I won't say it was a bad game. It was not a superb game. Two teams checking themselves out. Arsenal, I would say, took the game because they were slightly better in possession, holding the ball. Chelsea were waiting for the counter, and that's why you saw that goal. There's something was not right yesterday with the midfield because that goal was just the fault of Martinelli and Alves. They were not covering up their spaces, and you could see the complaint. But the good thing is this: Arsenal is not looking like they are coming back because everybody's back. Rice played yesterday. I think I'll give kudos to Odegaard after not playing for about 2 months, coming back and playing 95 minutes. Kudos to him.
Yeah.
But Neto, fantastic strike, gave Ben White a very big run for his money yesterday, gave him a yellow card. But I think they were evenly matched, two sides who did not want to lose, and that's what we saw. Nobody was ready to go all out. And Cucurella also gave Saka a very
Yeah,
good
yeah,
match because
Yes.
Marshall did
they said
very
when
well.
they said they played the Europa final and they had an issue with that. But Arsenal now 9 points behind. But you cannot say 3 games is 9 points. Will Liverpool lose? We don't know. So you cannot say it's over for them. They are still in the mix. They are fourth now. I think Chelsea is in third. But
Yes.
they are not looking likely to win anything because this is only the opportunity because the season where City is not doing very well. Arsenal should have capitalized on it, but they had a bad run of result, which makes
Yes.
me think that and a slot looks like he's going to take the title this season if Liverpool does not fall short. But don't forget, City cannot be removed out because they can wake up tomorrow morning and go 15 games unbeaten.
That's the
And
problem.
the way Pep is looking like somebody that will go into the market and spend 200 million January.
Yes.
And
I
spend a
think
lot of money.
it's just one strike away from him doing 15 again. 50,
Exactly. So
15 games in a row.
Exactly. So it's a big deal for everybody who wants to win the title. So anything is possible. But I told some Arsenal fans that if Arne Slot wins the league this season, Arteta should be sacked. It's a simple thing now. You cannot be practicing for 5 years. You're using 5 years to say we are building.
For real.
You're not serious. You're not a serious coach. Second is no trophy at all. See, tomorrow morning they say Ten Hag has more trophies than Arteta. Ten Hag just played 3 seasons. They have been there 5 years. I know you've changed Arsenal around, but it's time to win something. That means the balls are not still there. Sign a striker at the inside. So football is about winning things this period. So I want to say kudos to them. The game was not a bad game yesterday. Arsenal Liverpool, Arsenal Chelsea, but they didn't really go out like teams who wanted to win outrightly, and that was what we saw.
All right, thank you, Bowie.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on to our YouTube channel before we open the phone lines. YouTube channel is buzzing. They are arguing here. Okay, Emmanuel Leo is saying Spurs has the same problem as Manchester United. The only difference is that Spurs player don't turn up. Okay, they turn up once in a while. Conte called the players out and say these guys know they motivate themselves. They just don't care. Oh, okay. Sports, we don't even know what is wrong with sports. And Paul Rogers is saying it's too early, but we will be in the mix when it comes to the end of the season. Okay, I don't. What is his team again? Okay, Man City. Okay, Paul Rogers is also saying they miss Rodri and their win rate without him is awful. Yes, I think so. And Ecletus will be saying, John, here comes the end of an era for Guardiola. Man U is getting better on
I
the
They for
disagree,
leave Ten Hag o.
I disagree.
They for leave Ten Hag o because na wetin he see be this.
Man U is getting better on a daily. Imagine the excellent ground duel won by Casemiro on the midfield. Casemiro was everywhere yesterday. Okay, Paul Rogers is saying no one fears United anymore. Oh, okay. Emmanuel Leo is saying Ten Hag was stubborn, but please let's stop appointing all the blames on him. These players suppose collect 89% of the blame. I'm happy everyone
And
is
should be
seeing
sanctioned.
how good Amorim is. Let's hope these players play. Okay, let's see if the players play. And Ecletus Obi is also saying City has been hit ground. Rodri on injury, De Bruyne half alive. Foden is not performing well, and all that. Let's see what okay, let me move on to that comment. Okay, Foden is not performing this season. Savinho dribbles seamlessly. Jack Grealish is on the dark. Ruben Diaz lost. John Stone lost. I think they are having general
They're
problem
injured.
in.
Yeah, Doku is also out too.
Okay, Creative Shots, welcome to the show. He's saying hi Manchester. Hi Manchester United. Manchester is playing very good. What's your thoughts on their manager change? That's why they play good, or some transfer happened? Well, I think they just change manager. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes when you change manager, everything
It's
changes
the players.
automatically.
I think it's the players you fueled that changes it. Player of the month for September was Ahmad, and all of October he was dropped to the bench.
Yes, and that was
Ogati came in.
very wrong move.
Ogati came in. Wasn't up to par in the first 2 games, but has been improving since then. And all of a sudden he's on the bench.
Okay,
so those are the question marks.
It happens.
So,
I think I remember at some point Chelsea sacked a coach and they won the Champions League.
Let's not forget how long it took them to make Garnacho a starter for Manchester United right now.
Now, when Rashford is on top of his game, you're taking him off in 45 minutes to bring in Garnacho. So I believe there are question marks here and there, and to the tactics of Ten Hag, and that was why they brought in, or perhaps Rude. And whenever he gives a player the starting bet, he makes sure the player plays at least 60 minutes before he takes you off.
Okay, let's see. On our YouTube channel, and Cletus Obi is also saying this league belongs to Liverpool. Nothing will change about Liverpool. They have a standard squad. Their results are almost as good as their first 11. Okay, Ethan Football Channel, welcome to the show. He's saying City has been bumped on this year. 4 losses. Liverpool 5 points ahead. Okay, Poroja. Okay, now, okay, that's all on our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports, and I'm going to open the phone lines. The match on Sunday was a big one for Arsenal and Chelsea, but that game ended in a 1-1 draw. If you look at that game generally, I think it was a good game to watch. When we 3 of us sat down and watched that game, good game to watch.
There was the first goal for Arsenal, the opening goal.
But
Kai Havertz went on to shush the Stamford. How can you do that? How?
Same thing was done a couple of seasons ago when they riled up the Anfield fans and Liverpool came back in and closed out and won that game.
How? You score a goal, you're not sure if it will stand, and you went on to choose the club that brought it to the English fold.
It doesn't matter.
And you shush them, and all of a sudden the goal was cancelled. You know, can't get them out to talk again. I said it's Chelsea, you know, don't try. Because we've criticized you guys for giving 3 points.
They've done it again now.
No, they did it again. They didn't allow Arsenal to take the 3 points. They also have to share it. They have to share. But please be taking. You want to take these people off the top 4. I know you're topping Arsenal. Now people say, we are above Arsenal. Now goal difference.
It's just goal difference. Yes,
19 points. You now meet Tottenham next now, and you lose to Tottenham. Arsenal don't pass you, and that's the end.
Okay, I think they have missed Odegaard. If you look at it, they are just if you could see what Odegaard.
Man, he was on fire last night, man. He was on fire.
First game in the past, almost 1 month plus. Okay, let's open the phone lines. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, IK.
I think people giving excuse for Man City are getting it wrong. They're getting you. I think they're carrying it for past 2 seasons. Last season, just get you almost 11 players to 12 players. How many injury? Man City get injuries now. Even this club where they win them yesterday, get the number of injuries they get past the Man City. I'm telling you, Man City get injuries. Number of injury of this team who win them yesterday, Man City no reach out.
Okay.
For Ateta rolling on the ground for last chance. I don't know whether you see that if the ball meets Kai Havertz was already offside. So because I watched the match.
You watched the match.
I don't know if you see. Yes, Kai Havertz was offside. If the ball meets Kai Havertz, you blame offside. So I don't see them doing anything at he's rolling for ground. Okay, he hit himself.
Okay, all right.
That thing is going to be further him because my just escaped it. So say this guy this guy striker, he calculated the goal where the castle, so we win the match.
Yes.
But he moved forward and the outside.
Okay, thank you very much.
For Man City, I don't see them coming back. Coming back to do what?
It's 5 points. So
5 points, but you see the club that is mean this season.
Okay.
The club that means not Arsenal. See Chelsea, see Liverpool, see even that forget that the active Brazil match. They have they strong because that they have bad luck their last match. So I don't see Manchester coming back.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's coming. This is the next match. They'll still lose it. They're winning it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. This one has special one for Man City.
Not so Brits. Not so Brits.
Chelsea
Not so.
fans
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen and gentlemen in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
My name is Sonia. Peter is Butchers and Stafford Bridge, aka One Dine there.
Okay. Let's talk about the Arsenal and the Chelsea and Arsenal game.
Okay, let me start at first. Now, you know, Chelsea is now a formidable team.
Mm-hmm.
And I could remember when people are analyzing English football when they never start league. People bring Chelsea down to the extent that some places will end up 50 and some places will end up in 5th. But you see now Chelsea in third position now, comfortable to at least take the title. When I Liverpool staying there, I don't see Liverpool as a title contender. I don't see them. I'm telling you honestly. Because if you watch Chelsea versus Liverpool match, you see what they play. Only that we are lacking of striker. One. If man you can allow me, you can allow Ruud van Nistelrooy to lead this thing. Because Man U now is they don't play attacking football. And if this man came by this Mourinho come back to Man U now, I got his formation there. I'm telling you honestly.
Okay.
Yes, Man City, you know that Dana is a very dangerous coach. He can reverse his team. Forget about the loss. 5 points against Man City is not too much. 9 points against Chelsea is not too much. I strongly believe Man City will go for this title again. Followed by Chelsea. Thank you very much. You can just reporting.
Thank you very much.
Is it followed by who?
Follow by
Say followed by who?
follow by Chelsea.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yeah, Udina, coach. I'm calling from Enugu.
Okay. What's your contribution?
Yeah, John, I don't know. I want to correct you for what you said about Liverpool winning during the COVID.
Yes.
Before the COVID, they were topping the league.
Comfortably.
Yes.
Yes.
They just get a little break and they continued. They didn't stop the match. And Liverpool was better. You know, they won the league. They won the Champions League before the league. So are you telling me that a team that won the Champions League is not good to win the Premier League? What are you saying?
Okay.
Liverpool was even better. See, do you know, Man City were lucky about injuries. They don't normally have injuries. Do you know when there is a time Liverpool had 12 players injured? Even last season, Van Dijk was out, Arnold was out, Salah was out most of the season. Jota was out, Diaz was out, this guy, Alisson was out. Liverpool won shares FA Cup, Carling Cup with second 11. Are you not? Don't you remember?
We all remember.
So even that last season, Liverpool was leading at a time when the coach made that comment that he's leaving the next after the season. That is when the tempo of their game goes down.
Okay. What do you make of this?
See, Liverpool, Man City were always lucky in terms of injury. But this time around,
Come on, man, don't go there.
It's their turn.
Don't go there, man.
Okay, wait till you talk now.
Other teams, if you check about Chelsea, there were time Chelsea about 12 players were injured last season. The same thing happened to Manchester United.
Okay.
Always happened to Liverpool. So, but they were always lucky. That's why I say, Man City, if injury hit them like other teams, they will go down. Cannot say because, believe me, Liverpool, they were having injury. Alisson is off now.
Yes.
This guy, Jota is off, and Jota is one main striker they have. Don't you know that? If Jota was 15, all the things you are saying that Liverpool, they will score more goals. And without Jota, they are still winning. You know, Arnold is out now, but they are still winning. So the Jurgen Klopp and Slot are not. They have a different type of technical teaching.
Yes.
And Slot uses any player to make whatever. He doesn't see this one is a big player. This one is a big player. Once he can give him what he needs, he's ready to put two. He can check about passing and Timicas. If Jurgen Klopp doesn't use Timicas, even if Robertson is once he's fit to play,
You
He
play.
doesn't care. He used to play him. But this coach, he used them intermittently. Take about Diaz and Gakpo. He used this week, he used it the other week. So it doesn't say this one is the best. I continue to use it. That is why Slot is going to surprise everybody. The fact to say that once club is out, Liverpool is gone. But if people are changing now, everybody is turning his talk now.
Normally, bro.
Yes, I mean, his club Slot is going to surprise
Bro,
everybody.
normally, if when Ferguson left,
He's going to gap them 10 points of his people to win this.
calm down.
I'm here
Calm down.
for
you
the
very much.
fight when you guys fall off this season.
Thank
I'm
you
here for
very
the
much.
Is it
fight.
calm down? When
Don't worry,
Ferguson
I'm here
left,
for the fight.
we all knew that Arsenal, what's it called, Man United were going to struggle getting a better coach
Of
in.
course, and they did.
When Arsene Wenger left, we all know it was going to be a difficult thing getting a replacement. When Klopp left, we all felt it was going to be difficult getting a replacement. It's normal with fan base.
Simple.
You get, no matter how good, when what's it called, as Ancelotti left the first time, we all felt like it was going to be difficult getting a replacement in. But then came in and did a three-peat.
Sure.
So you never know what you get until you get what you get.
What you get. And then secondly, the fact that Slot has come in and is having a fantastic start, go back, go look at Ten Hag too.
He had a
fantastic start.
And
so
injury.
everybody should just
thank
temper
God,
their
thank God you said it.
expectations.
Say he go touch everybody.
You touch everybody.
Because last season, when Man U fans were crying that they were injured all through the season and they were playing different defense line, people didn't really take it serious.
Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. No, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, Godwin and John, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
I have to laugh, sorry. I have to laugh.
Please laugh for while you can.
Yes, let me start from saying that making excuses. Yes, making excuses for Chelsea is unacceptable. Yeah, this is the same city we always sit and talk that the third 11 can compete for the league. You can't compare the team that defeated them to the team, to the Man City team. Understand? The Premier League best player currently was still in that team. So it's not all about injury or anything. Don't make excuse for anybody. I love what is going on to them. It shows that they are human beings also. And they also play in the Premier League. I love it. And at least John will be shaking his mouth this time around. It's no longer Alan hat-trick, 5-0.
Don't worry now. Enjoy this
blowout.
season. Enjoy this
It's no
season.
longer a blowout.
Enjoy this season.
I think by now, they look that they are beatable, right? The city is now beatable at least. I'm enjoying what is going on. I'm happy about it. They are beatable. They are human beings. But no excuses for anybody. Understand? I will not accept it. Winning the league, is still early. Maybe not too early, but still early for me. We visit this conversation around the ending of January. But currently, it's not capable of winning. We talk with one based on what we are seeing. The current thing is going on. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. But according to what we are seeing now, we don't know if they will continue like this.
According to what we have seen so far.
But currently, what they are doing, man, they are capable.
Okay.
We visit this conversation at the end of January.
Okay.
People are saying that one aside. People are saying that big boy should have been given the job. I don't think the 4 games is good enough. I said it before.
Yes.
That if they want to gamble, they should gamble with a proving. Do you get me? It's better they gamble with somebody, a proving and tested, so that when people like me want to leave you, I will even have to pity you more. But not when you are gambling with Root, we have not seen what he has done as a coach. Do you get me? So the 4 game is not enough. And for Ten Hag, people are giving Ten Hag exclusive players gang up. I don't believe it. Do you know why? Ten Hag have like 9 or 10 players he bought.
Yes.
Only his own players.
I can't get up against him.
But I doubt it. From goalkeeper, starting from goalkeeper to Anthony, from defense to Lisandro to midfield, Eriksen and Co, Hoyland and Co. It was all his decisions. Understand? So he broke Malaysia is there. Like Mount is there. You can't count on what he appointed and man granted him. So if you are saying that the players granted against him, maybe he was the one that messed up.
Yes, he was.
Players and decision. Understand?
All right, Bishop.
It is not to finish. So I drop is that this particular team, this particular Man U team, the man that is coming, you have a lot of job to do also. Yes, you still have a lot of job to do. And I believe they will also give him 3 hands, just like the did with Ten Hag. one thing Man U see now is that when the coach comes, they give you a free hand. All Ten Hag's desire was granted, apart from two that he complained. He said he wanted Harry Kane. It was difficult to get Harry Kane for him because of the need and the need to negotiate a deal with him. He's really tough man. He can't sell his best player every opponent. He doesn't have.
All right,
For
Bishop.
example, and Luka Modric. If they can grant Amorim his desire and give him like 2 seasons.
Okay,
For
Bishop.
me, unlike John, unlike Nonsense, I start from 2 seasons. 2 seasons is enough for me.
All right.
I will
Okay.
start my attack.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank
Give him
you.
5 years. I don't know. See me, I don't know why you say you. No, so 2
You
seasons.
are already crucifying Lopetegui. How many weeks in,
Not
man?
be my fault now. Not be if you see person record, you go fit criticize am.
Okay, let's take this final call before we move out to our YouTube channel and read the comments there. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, also.
Good
Good morning.
morning. Good morning.
John.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, what is your contribution?
You see, there's something funny about Man City. Man City fans are losing, and they are giving business excuses. They lost against Tottenham. Instead of acknowledging the loss, they said it's kind of back up. Since that day, they have been losing. Even serious excuses. Which one is injury? But they have only 5 players out. If you start
six.
only 5.
Go
And they are
check it
telling us
out.
Injury. Look at that game against Brighton. They led, and they brought in De Bruyne. When you see that Brighton has made the game very physical, brought in tough midfielders, you Pep brought in De Bruyne. Look at Pep just made bad decisions. You know that you can start a young defender to integrate him into the team, but you just put him alone as a centre back. Nobody is playing with him. What he used to do with Diaz, he wants to do it with a young boy. And Brighton messed him up, and they are telling us it is injury.
Okay.
It's injury. As for Liverpool, they are trying, but I don't think they might go that far. But for Man City, the news Pep used to do this season is different.
Okay.
Listen, John, Liverpool will still lose against Tottenham.
It's not gonna happen.
Losing streak continues.
Okay.
This is what you do. You led against Tottenham and consider 4 goals.
I'll be here for you when it
And
happens.
People are making a lot of mistakes. You
Okay.
still lose against Tottenham.
Enjoy this period.
To lose.
Okay.
Back to back.
Thank you very much.
They are so happy with draw. I don't blame them.
Thank you for saying it.
That reason draw is making them so happy.
Alright.
Let's clap for them. They drink their match.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's move on to our YouTube channel. And Paul Rogers, thank you for all your comments. And he's saying the Arsenal problem is Arteta technical input.
Yes.
Impact when it matters. I think you need to fix that. Arsenal needs to start winning games very well. I have a whole lot of comments here. And Creative Shot is asking a question. Probably tomorrow I'll answer that question. Creative Shot, you say, I also have another question that PSG is not playing well without Mbappe. And Real Madrid is not playing well with Mbappe. Why? Well, I think we're going to answer that question tomorrow. But tomorrow we are going to talk about other leagues, the La Liga, the Bundesliga. We're going to talk about all of them, the Serie A. I'll talk about them tomorrow. So when we dive into the La Liga, probably I'll answer this question tomorrow. Okay, thank you for that comment. Okay, Paul Rogers is saying the guy is talking sense on the phone. He said we don't mourn over injury. Okay, we don't mourn over our injuries last season. He's talking about Liverpool's injury. They didn't mourn, and City should not mourn too. Everybody should.
Everybody had injuries
Yes, everybody should.
last season.
Yes.
City did too.
So
come on.
well, no, City's turn this season.
City did
How
last
many
season
injuries?
too.
No, it's
It's
post
not, you know, it's an injury. Your starting bets were off. Not like Man United, where all the defenders were up. They had to play makeshift, play Luke Shaw as centre half, play this person, and play Casemiro as centre half. They had to make shift.
Yes,
Arsenal had their own, where Saliba and Gabriel, when they had to leave, and early this season as well. So City, the full back line now, don't they get injured?
Okay, tomorrow, this is how we are going to end today's show. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about the other leagues, the La Liga. La Liga happened the weekend. We're going to dive into it tomorrow. The Serie A, a lovely game for Napoli and Inter Milan. We are going to talk about all that tomorrow in the Bundesliga. We are going to talk about all these other leagues tomorrow. Join us 8 a.m. on Volt Sports on Volt 104.3, where we talk football. Thank you for joining us on today's YouTube, especially on our YouTube. Thank you for all the comments. Paul Rogers, I can see you. Creative Shots, I can see you. Thank you for all your comments here. I can see all of you. And Atletus, Thank you for joining us on our YouTube. Tomorrow is another day where we talk football. Remember, this week is international week, so no club football till next 2 weeks. So let's try and
20th.
oh come on, oh God, let's try and enjoy ourselves.
20th.
Let's try and enjoy ourselves
12
till
days
then.
without club football.
Without club football, we have to.
It's too long, man.
It's too long, but we have done it how many times this season, so you can do it again. So see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow we are here 8 a.m. Join us on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. Join us too live here if you're around Enugu. Let's talk sports, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. My name is Godwin, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. Take a break and enjoy the show.
Now Alex Iwobi gets the ball out to the left-hand side. The delivery comes in. Oh, it's a great
Entertainment.
This year's birthday conversation.
Thank you guys. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. Thank you. Let's do this again tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. Okay, Creative Shop, bye. See you tomorrow, Creative Shop, bye. Oh, thank you guys for joining. We'll see you guys tomorrow.